What's going on? So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you may be. Thanks for checking in Wolfpack Performance Podcast, F1 TV, hottest live show on the planet. But skip all that. It's early. It's 3 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Big shout out. What's going on, Mary Beanie? Good morning. We will have the grudge race today, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack effort grudge race for the Imola. All proceeds, super chats will be packaged up once done with the live, and then they will be forwarded over to relief for that area. This will be one of not the only but first events we do where we contribute toward a good cause. Okay, we are known here at Wolfpack to do such. So be here live for that race today in hours. We're talking about probably like another 8 hours time. We'll be live with that race. But there are other things that I want to talk about. So you all know I don't play it safe here at the channel. It's a good thing, and sometimes people shy away from it. But let's just be for real. I want to call out everybody who says racism is not real in Formula One. I want to call out everybody who says politics don't belong in Formula One. I want to call out everybody that says it's all made up. If it's made up, then how did I get this? Somebody made it, but this is not fake. This is real. I don't know if you're familiar, but we sent our first Wolfpack Performance shirt out to Africa, so shout out for that. And in saying so, this post comes up. Now, I don't know if you realize on social media there was a big thing going on, like name a bigger downgrade or whatever the case is. And so then somebody decides to make a post like name an N-word. I hate the word. I don't even use the word. I don't care if it's an AH on the end. I don't care if it's an ER. I don't care. I don't even like to hear it a lot in songs. It's a word that, I grew up with. I've been called. I've experienced racism on several fronts. I've experienced racism in the military. I've experienced racism as a kid coming up through elementary school. I experienced racism as an adult in America. I've experienced racism as a black man. I've experienced racism on several different fronts. And it's not fake. It's real. But it's unfortunate that the only black man and the most successful, accomplished, you can go on naming a bunch of accolades in sports of Formula One, is Lewis Hamilton. On the active grid, not in the garages. We know we got a guy at Red Bull, which I try to reach out, get him to see if he wanted to come on a podcast, talk about his experiences and whatnot, but I don't think he's going to do it, He's busy on other podcasts that don't really care about Formula One, don't care about drivers, but just utilize their connects to get some of the most lavish guests. But, that's another story. But yeah, name this N-word. So people say that these things don't exist. Like there's this whole thing again with the Imola situation, which we're doing a fundraiser for, right? Yuki, there are several photos of Yuki over there in the streets. De Vries got caught over there. That team got caught over there, some of them anyway. Yuki's in the streets helping. Good. That is what Yuki should do if he has the ability to. If he doesn't want to, it's his choice, right? But why then is something that Yuki doing? How then do people find a way to involve Lewis Hamilton by saying this is what Yuki's doing, but Lewis Hamilton is doing this? Yeah, but I mean, Valtteri is out bicycling and he's out yachting or out there on the waters enjoying his life. Listen, Yuki and them got caught over there. I don't know if Yuki would have went over there on his own. I don't know. If he hadn't got caught over there, would he been there? I don't know. I'm not condemning. I'm not indicting Yuki on any of that. He's there. He could have stayed in the hotel room and did nothing, but he didn't. He came out in the streets of that community and at least did something. So I commend him for that. But then how do people always find a way to involve Lewis Hamilton to try to dirty him up? Where are the posts about Max Verstappen? Where are the posts about him? Where are the posts about Alonso? Where are these posts? Where are the posts about Carlos, Shaw? Where are these posts about Esteban? Where are these posts about Gasly? How do they always find a way just to try to dirty up Lewis Hamilton? Max Verstappen, at some point in time, if he was the individual that he possibly should be, should definitely combat this, especially if it comes from, you can literally see that this dude has the profile with the tramp stamp of Max Verstappen 33. Literally. This is what some of these fans do. And listen, if there are Red Bull fans out there, Max Verstappen fans out there that don't condone that type of character, where are you? Don't forget about Nelson Piquet Sr. Don't forget about his situation. Don't forget about the lawsuit. Don't forget about the penalty Brazil, his own country, brought against him by him using not only racist remarks, but homophobic remarks towards Lewis Hamilton. So if you are not part of calling it out, then you are still part of the problem. You're extra quiet when it comes to speaking up and are toward people in a group of either spectators or fans of a certain driver that you support. If you don't say anything about it, then you're a part of the problem just as much as them. Don't be quiet about it. Why you can't check your own people? Why you can't check somebody? You know what? That ain't right. That's not right. You can't say that. You scared to say that? If you're not that type of fan, then why are you not here? Why are you not talking up? I mean, you can't just get tired and be like, oh, I'm going to be quiet. Oh, Max Verstappen or Max Verstappen fans are starting to do racist things. I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm just going to be quiet. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because the ones that have little character already do that. They show up in the chat, Max Verstappen win, and something happened. They want to come out full force in my community too. They want to come out full force and try to say everything they can to say negative. They want to try to come and disrespect people in the chat. But when Max Verstappen don't win, y'all quiet as a mouse in the church pissing on cotton. Nothing. What is Lewis Hamilton supposed to do besides live his life? Don't forget, this is Red Bull right here. That's good old Red Bull, what they consider good marketing. Obama chasing after a banana while other people in blackface. They consider that good marketing. That's what Red Bull thought was a good idea. Lewis Hamilton does something good. People want to say he's just doing it for clout. The man contributes millions of dollars to charity. Oh, he's just doing it for clout. Oh, yeah, there goes another one. Don't forget about blackface Spain. Don't forget about that. That ain't racist. That's not racist. People saying that racism ain't real. That's not racist. Don't forget about that. So Lewis Hamilton donates millions to charity, right? That comes out. A bunch of people come out always just for clout. So the man, where are you? Where are your donations? Oh, don't forget about Aiden saying that if he wasn't called Brownie, he was called the N-word. Don't forget about that. So I'm trying to say, how do I get to come up with these examples of racism in Formula One, yet people try to tell me that it doesn't exist? That's the question I got. How do I get these people? Somebody explain this to me. Somebody that says racism is not real in Formula One, explain to me how I come about these articles of evidence that racism purely exists in Formula One, yet you say it doesn't. Don't forget about Bernie Ecclestone. It's not okay if Lewis Hamilton, a black man, exceeds Schumacher's record, but it's okay if a white man does. If you say, well, Max might do it, well, okay, if he does it, that's cool. That's okay, but it's not okay for Lewis. Don't forget about the whole situation, Red Bull employees and nasty text messages. Don't forget about all that. Don't forget about that. See, I'm not going to forget about that. Like, these are things that happen, and these are things that should be called out. Because, one, there should be a precedent set that when these situations happen, that not only teams, but the organization comes out and stands against it. Now it's like, okay, don't take a kneel. It's not marketing friendly. You know, like it was so many people upset about the Black Lives Matter, about end racism. There was so many people upset about it. Well, why weren't you upset when racism was right there in Formula One? Why weren't you upset when these posts come out? You're upset against it, but you want to accept. So let me tell you this. Yuri Vips, don't forget about his situation. Although Yuri, I gave him some leeway. I gave him no way did I give him leeway for using the word. Not at all. But in context to what was going on, and all the friends that he have should have checked him and let him know, Yuri, like, that's not something you should be doing. Is he racist? I don't know if he's completely a bigotry racist, but he used a racist word. And then here you go right here. Name it. I mean, who else we gonna be naming? Who else we gonna be naming? Don't forget Max Verstappen also called Lewis Hamilton a weakling. Don't forget Max Verstappen also came up and spoke on behalf of Vanessa PK Sr., which in part is damn near family because he's with Kelly PK. So evidently, I wonder what goes on in the room when cigars and drinks come out in a closed environment. I wonder what Max, PK, Josh, his dad, because don't forget about his dad. Don't forget about his dad, manslaughter, vehicular damn near attempted harm. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about Max Verstappen's wife beating or woman beating daddy. Don't forget about that. That's real too. Y'all want to talk about that? Y'all want to talk about that? Everybody that says it ain't real, everybody, listen, show me another driver. Don't forget about this post that was made. Don't forget about this post that was made. Big shout out, rest in peace, Floyd. Big shout out to his family. But somebody made this, Alonzo, and that speaks to Alonzo fans. An Alonzo fan made this. An Alonzo fan put Alonzo's face on a police officer that was on George Floyd's neck and then put Lewis Hamilton's face in that place. That ain't racist? That's not racist? Come on now. You see, and if this is the horrible thing. It's not even funny. This is the horrible thing. If Lewis Hamilton and or his family were to involve themselves in any situation that Max, Alonso, the Verstappens have, people would be in an uproar and call for a public social lynching of Lewis Hamilton. There's the double standard. You're so ready. Well, listen, where is this energy for everything else? That says a lot about you. When I see fans, spectators that say little to damn nothing when these issues come up to speak for what is right for humanity and equality within the world, but you want to throw hate when another, like, it tells me a lot about you. You expose yourself that you are indeed part of that problem, that you are indeed a component of the whole of a racist, homophobic, and lack of integrity community. Because y'all get quiet. Y'all get quiet. Well, listen, I got a show. It's called F1 Minute, where I give you the opportunity, and this is for everybody. It's free and open to everybody. It goes live Monday evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want Max Verstappen fans, Alonso fans to come on and explain to me how this is not racist. I want you to come and explain to me some of the questionable characteristics of Max Verstappen and Alonso. I want you to come make it make sense to why it shouldn't be something perceived negative. You know what I'm going to tell y'all? I bet they won't show up. I've held IG Live for them to show up. I've held even YouTube Lives for them to show up. I now hold F1 Minute for anybody to show up. Where are they? You know where they are? In the dark, hiding. Just like the KKK used to wear those masks to hide their faces because they were really ashamed of what they were doing. They didn't want nobody to know about the shameful acts they were doing. I'll say that. Y'all the same way. Y'all hide behind a quarterly keyboard. You come in the comments with your fake profiles. You make up multiple profiles to get in. Yet you won't stand up, just like me, right here, face card available for you to see, and speak for what you believe. Because you're weak. That's why, because you're weak. And you know what? For every force, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and I am that reaction. I am a natural reaction. I am a natural force created by those things that took place. So where are you? The show comes on Monday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, p.m. I welcome you, not dare you. I welcome you to come and explain these things and how these things should be okay. I want you to come on the show and tell me how and why Lewis Hamilton is such a bad person that him being called the N-word or him being called homophobic slurs is okay. I want you to explain to me how what Nelson PK Sr. did is okay. I want you to explain to me how what happened to Aiden and Aston Martin shop is okay. I want you to explain to me these several things. I want you to explain to me how Red Bull marketing coming up with Obama chasing after a banana and blackface is okay. I want you to explain to me how the sexual assault that took place at the Red Bull ring is okay. I want you to explain to me how Max Verstappen more so saying it's about the alcohol than the characteristics of those of his fans is okay. I want you to explain. I want you to help us understand these things. Let us know your point of view. Just let us, because I always tell you, it's character over color, people over politics. Politics do exist in sports. Politics do exist in sports. There's no getting around it. It's a factual thing. So listen, these Max Verstappen fans, because they're not all of them, but it's clearly obvious that that's a Max Verstappen fan that did that post. It's not the only Max Verstappen fan to do posts like that. Christian Horner himself excited a race situation with his comments, and it got out of hand. So evidently within the culture of Red Bull are racist fabrics and threads that are woven in there. So this is not fake. This is real. Yuri Vips did it. Max Verstappen has had his own situations and callings and, especially things he said against Stroll. That wasn't good. That wasn't great. That wasn't great, right? That was a situation. Where were y'all then? Where was the big uproar then for y'all? I'm telling y'all real quiet when it comes to these things. But y'all not quiet when you want to try to throw hate on this man, Lewis Hamilton's name. Y'all want to try to diminish everything he's done. Y'all want to try to water it down. Y'all want to try to act like it ain't nothing. Why? Because he's black. Because I don't see you do that with Schumacher. I don't see you do that. Although there are many components that you could argue or debate why some of Schumacher's accomplishments maybe are not that. But you don't do it. You don't do it. You don't use the same standards or the metrics to judge Max Verstappen right now while he's winning that you want to try to throw dirt on Lewis Hamilton's name when he won and did all his things. You don't do it. There's only one difference there between Schumacher, Max, Lewis Hamilton, Alonso is that Lewis Hamilton black. Some of y'all don't like it. It's okay. I know. Some of you all don't like seeing a black face be successful. You don't like it. You okay with that? Some of you okay with what DeSantis is doing down there in Florida and some of the things he's saying he should be doing. You're okay with that. You won't speak up against that. Some of you all, it's very funny that there's a correlation between Max Verstappen fans and the liking of Trump. That right there is funny. There's a correlation there. It's also funny how it's the Orange Army and you got the Orange Man. There's a correlation there. There's a correlation there. Just saying. It's a connection. Not saying it's an indictment. I'm not saying it's fact. I'm just saying it's funny that there's the connection there. So anyway, we will be here live for the race. It's very funny when I got into Formula One content. So much so, the N-word was boom, right out the gate. The N-word, my black ass, you blackie, go back to NASCAR, although I never watched it. NASCAR has its racist roots for real. But, so I guess that wasn't real either. I guess it's not okay when, I guess that's what y'all want to do. That's what you want to do. So, let me know why or how these things are okay. Come on the show. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Come on the show. Let us know why it's okay. Let us explain to us why, these things should be accepted, tolerated. Then show me another driver that receives this much hate, this much racism, this much scrutiny, the amount of double standards that are applied to his career and or the things that he does. Where's another driver that has something like the Lewis Hamilton commission? Where's that? Name that driver. Name a driver that has a commission like Lewis Hamilton has established for equality and diversity within the workforce of Formula One. Name that driver. Just name a driver that actually does the amount of charitable work than Lewis Hamilton. Name that driver, because it damn sure ain't Max Verstappen. He's off the list. I know you not finna come up here with a bunch of articles, a bunch of evidence that you think you're going to stack up to show that the current champion does more in the light of public, social, and charitable work as Lewis Hamilton. So I know Max Verstappen's not on that list. So who else? You going to go Alonso? Show me. You going to go Charles? Show me. Carlos? Show me. Valtteri? Show me. Joe? Show me. Yuki? Show me. DeVries? Show me. Show me. K-Mag? Hulk? Show me. Which one of these drivers are you going to tell me does the amount of charitable work? And show me what driver is called up on the most by Formula One when they want to go into an area and try to make sure that they express that they're about diversity. They don't even call on their current champion, Max Verstappen, because they know he's not marketable. Show me. Don't get in there in my comment section typing a bunch of rhetoric and bull crap. Show me. Let me see. I'm cool with that. If you show me another driver that's doing that, I'll be like, hey, salute to him. Show me another driver that takes as much scrutiny and as much as Lewis Hamilton does, but still stands up every weekend, every day for what he believes in and go moves forward. Show me. That's all I'm asking you to show me. Educate me on that. And you can do it Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on F1 Minute. Right here, just like I am talking right now. You ain't got to be in the comment section. You can come on the show and show me. Hey, heavy is the crown. And Lewis Hamilton's still wearing that crown. Max Verstappen the champion. But he's not a good representation of what you should be as an overall champion. Just saying. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if they stand up. Somebody going to come on the show. I doubt it. You likely maybe not even to see them as much in the comment section. And if you do, they're going to come with a bunch of bullcrap rhetoric and ain't none of it really going to equate up to something that is going to be an article of evidence that might lead to something being factual. It'll just be a bunch of personal attacks and personal insults and all your channel and all you hater. And they won't have anything else. They won't have anything else to add to it. It's just a bunch of fluff. It's like a little chihuahua that barks loud and then the bite is nothing. You know, a football punt kick sends it into the goalpost. That's it. So join us. It is 3:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here I am. Why am I here? Because I get up, I prepare. You know, I have to look at things. I'm passionate about what I do. But there's a lot of people saying ain't shit. Who knew? A lot of people say I wasn't going to be here longer than a year. Here we are. A lot of people said you never even going to get over 1,000 subscribers. Here I am. Here I am. So I guess y'all was wrong about that. Where's everybody else? So big shout out to that. We're going to have a good time. We got a lot of things that's going to be popping. A lot of things that's going to be going on. So we will be here Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. for free practice. If you're going to participate in the race, do not leave the free practice. Do not leave the session. We're going to go right from free practice into a one-shot quali and then into a race. The only reason I will start a new lobby is if things happen to glitch, which is known to happen in F122 EA Sports. It happens. They seem to not be able to get everything right, but that's the only reason. Okay. The other reason is if, hopefully it doesn't happen, so I don't want to even speak it into existence. But we're going to go from free practice, all right, which is going to be about a 30-minute session, into the one-shot quali, which I saw last time pretty much breeded a good amount of competition and really mixed up the grid, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to go right into that for the race, all right? So that's what we're going to do. So be here. The link is already there. On the channel. Set your reminder so you don't miss it. If you're spectating, fine. If you want to drive in there, you need to send me an EA friends request to Wolfpack F1. All right. After I get off here, I'm gonna log on and check and see if any requests have been made. The grid will fill up first come, first serve. Whether you're Wolfpack family or not, if you're not there and the grid's full, it's full. All right. Delta Zero Productions, my fam, Brian, Justin, they gonna be there. So they got drivers as well. I don't want those drivers on standby. I want those drivers ready. So as soon as we get in, you send an invite request. If they come in, they're welcomed as equally as all other Wolfpack family drivers. All right. So I don't want them on standby. I know Brian has said I got some on standby. Don't put them on standby. Send them out the invite as soon as we start up. So if they can come in and get in, they get in. I don't want them. I want them to have equal opportunity to participate in this race and have a good time just as well. I don't want them on standby. I want them ready to go. So big shout out to them. We will be doing that. And a big shout out, Delta Zero Production is doing big things. Y'all are going to see from them real soon on a whole nother level. So very proud of them and the progress they're making. So we'll keep that rolling and keep that going. Don't forget, the F1 Minute IG page is live. The F1 Minute TikTok page is live. So F1 Minute is kind of going to have its own social media that way, separate from the Wolfpack Performance a little bit, because Wolfpack Performance social media on IG, not so much on Twitter, on IG at least, is more about the car builds. So now F1 Minute is more going to represent Formula One content on Instagram, and then on TikTok also that Formula One content will filter over there in TikTok kind of fashion. And then on Twitter, it's WP_performance for that, and that's just going to be mainly F1 content as well, not so much the building, okay? And then, of course, you got here. So that's how that's going, trying to get all the things lined out, everything kind of going in its own route for its own, posts and all that other good stuff. So I'm going to get off here, probably do a little short workout, get ready for the live later on, and I will see you all then. Thank you for joining me this early in the morning, at least Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's like midnight West Coast time and probably around 8:30 UK time. And that's what I love about doing what I do, like to converse, to have conversations, to communicate and to mix in with different people from all walks of life, all parts of the world, and different time zones. All right. So we'll see y'all soon. Peace.